peeps? We are back at it again. Another week of Weekly Detox. Hello, hello.
Hey, everybody.
How is everyone doing? How has your week been? I am DCTV, of course, on my YouTube channel, DCTV, and I am here with the dynamic Mighty Mosby.
That's me. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, and as always at www.ambermosbywrites.com.
Yes, all of those sites. You could see all the creativity flowing. You got any new projects that you want to shout out on any of these things yet?
I certainly should.
I just
I
call you
certainly should. Thanks for putting a spotlight on me. I always have stuff I'm working on in the background. I'm just like real nitpicky about it. So it takes me a long time to drop, but I'm expecting to drop something by Christmas.
All right. Little preview around December. We'll have something in store on all of Mighty Mosby's platforms. So we'll keep you posted.
Look for me.
Yes. All right. Well, we will get right into the things we need to talk about as usual. Got a little bit of Marvel news. We got some entertainment news. And also, of course, a little bit of dragging like we always do.
Always.
Yes.
Must leave room for the shade.
Absolutely. So I will start with the Marvel news. I don't know if you've heard this yet, Mighty Mosby, but it has been officially announced that Ironheart, aka Riri Williams, will be in through Wakanda Forever.
Black Panther 2, in case you guys didn't hear, because I started the snaps. I couldn't help myself. Yes, of course I saw the news about Riri, and of course I had to do a little shout out to the fact that Riri Williams was one of my first cosplays that I ever really did at con.
All right.
And so I was like, oh, snap.
You saw the greatness before they even
I knew what it was. I knew what it was before it had already been brought in. She'd been given what she was supposed to give for years now.
Yes.
So I am excited to see.
For people who might not be well versed on all of the Marvel characters, you want to talk a little bit about who Ironheart is or what she does?
Yes. Ironheart is the next evolution of Iron Man. Now you have two versions. You have his daughter who becomes a version of Iron Man, and then you have Riri Williams who became Ironheart, hand selected by Tony Stark himself at 15 years old, because she is genius levels, Shuri genius levels, Banner genius levels. 15
so two Black young women just being brilliant on my screen.
All over the place, showing that Black excellence, as per usual.
But sorry, I interrupted you, but go ahead.
Oh, yes. No, just saying, chosen by Tony Stark himself because of her level of brilliance. And she adapted the moniker of Ironheart. Because, of course, Tony Stark is the only one that ever had to actually have the device in his chest. Now they all just kind of copy it as a homage to him.
Nice. So we're going to have Shuri and Riri Williams just being the brains of the operation is what I'm seeing, I'm hearing.
The living for the Black queens doing what Black queens do. Absolutely loving this representation of Black women in STEM. So bring it on, Marvel.
Represent. And I do like that we're going to have a brilliant continental African and a brilliant Black American.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
I love that.
To see us working together. See
those two cultures, working for a common goal. I think that's going to be cool. So how do you see them blending her into this Wakanda story that's coming up? We've got some bits and pieces of what might be happening, but how's it going to blend?
I'm feeling like, well, it's not even a feeling. It's Marvel's been doing it pretty well as they set up Young Avengers, and you're seeing the next generation of Avengers coming together. So I know in previous episodes, we talked about that back and forth about recasting T'Challa versus making Shuri the new Panther, but it would tie into this generation of Young Avengers if they made Shuri the next Black Panther. So we know that Black Panther 2 this clearly means that Black Panther 2 has to take place after the snap. If they're
Yes. That
introducing
would
a
make sense.
new Iron Man type character, because
Mhm.
as spoilers, which I should not be having to say at this point, but if none of you know, Tony Stark dies at the end of Endgame, and we know that someone has to take on the new role of Iron Man. We've also seen the new Patriot introduced with Isaiah Thomas's grandson in Falcon and the
Isaiah
Winter
Bradley.
Soldier.
Isaiah
Yes,
Bradley.
Isaiah,
Yeah.
what did I say? I said Thomas, didn't I? Like
Yeah.
the actor. Isaiah Bradley.
Yeah.
We know that his grandson steps in to as a new Avenger. We've seen Wiccan and Speed
Oh, okay.
introduced. We know that they're young Avengers. We've also seen Photon/Spectre introduced in WandaVision as well, which is, Monica Rambeau's daughter. So,
Oh, okay. I didn't watch WandaVision,
ah,
so
you didn't
that's
watch WandaVision, so you didn't
so
realize.
so
Gotcha,
they're already
gotcha.
blending these different Marvel characters to come together
Yes.
for future tense.
Like I said, in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, not only do we get
You
Isaiah
mean
Bradley's,
Captain America and the Winter Soldier,
sorry, in
because he
Captain
will be
America, get
the
it
lead
right
in the
now.
next Captain America
Get it
movie.
right. He's getting his movie
Yes.
now. And the Captain America Part 4, Sam Wilson, there it is.
Yes.
Shout out to Falcon and his upgrade.
Shout out to
Congratulations,
Clarence.
sir.
He
Shout
quit
out to
rapping and
Clarence.
just blew up.
After Clarence was defeated at a rap battle, he then went on to join the military.
Look at him.
So, it's all like this next generation. Basically, what I'm saying is they've taken the time to introduce this next generation of Avengers and Marvel heroes that we're going to be getting more and more stories about. So bringing in Riri is just another step in that direction, as far as I can tell.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited. I don't know anything about new Avengers, but I like that they would build up these different characters and maybe give them their own stakes. And it's not just like a piggyback on everything that was going on with the, OG Avengers. They can have their new things to tackle from their perspective. So,
as well as blending in, because you do get old Avengers making new groups. So, the Avengers group is constantly evolving. It constantly has different members on the team. And so now you get the young people who are sometimes going to be working with the older people. So for those of you who might panic, like, I'm not going to get my Thor fix. You're going to get your Thor fix. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's all there. But I'm all about breathing new life into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So
absolutely.
This gets me a little more interested to see what is coming down the pipeline. I am curious though, if she's like a protege of Tony Stark, how are they going to explain like what was their relationship up until the time he died?
I mean, they've got to do that for like a couple different dynamics at this point. Like they went hard on the Spider-Man Tony Stark bond, and now look where we are. Now you have Riri coming in and Tony Stark's daughter. They were all like under his tutelage at a point. He had to train all of them. So you're just kind of like,
they're like, by the way, all of this was happening simultaneously. We
with the blip, we just couldn't show you. Oh my gosh. And when we say that, it just makes me think about the Eternals, and here they come talk about here's why we couldn't help.
Oh, I haven't seen any of the trailers for it.
Don't waste your breath.
To explain where the heck these like powerful beings have been all this time.
Oh my gosh, they did. Apparently in the second trailer, they did explain through some malarkey that the Eternals were not allowed to interfere, even when Thanos popped up on the planet in a place he never should have been.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna be real side-eyeing them how they're gonna explain this, because I feel like Thor should like be ready to fight them on sight, because his whole kingdom got boo-doo-dooped.
Just like wiped off the galaxy map. Wiped right off the galaxy map. And not a single person popped up. Like, how can we help all these Asgardians that were literally blown into space? Isn't there supposed to be some kind of federation? Didn't we learn about that in Guardians of the Galaxy? What's going on?
Nobody was like, oh, dang, the whole of Asgard is getting
wiped out.
Just completely demolished. Maybe we can,
we're not going to do none
our
of that.
version of FEMA.
We're not going to do nothing. We're not putting no shields around them. We're not sending no first aid. Is Thanos there? Good luck.
Wow. If I was Thor and whoever's left from Asgard, I'd be it's on site. We got
right. They all ended up living in like some bullshit town in Maine. Did you see it? I was like, what's going on here? Get out of here. Find a better place. Earth is garbage. Don't stay here,
Yeah,
Asgardians.
I
Don't
know.
do
Y'all got so many other, I guess, what they have to be here for, movie purposes.
it.
But yeah, so just going back to Riri Williams, I am glad that she's going to be showing up. I'm
Absolutely.
interested to see how they're going to navigate all these different characters in
Mm-hmm.
Black Panther 2. However, they did indicate that Riri's going to show up more in the Wakanda TV series. So maybe they won't
Ah,
have a huge role, but it'll just kind of
or like a
introduce where
cameo.
what
Yeah,
role she's going to play in the series. So
got you. That's
mhm.
what's up. I didn't even know Wakanda was getting a TV series. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm here for
Yeah.
it.
So I'm glad about it. I'm looking forward to it. Of course, we're not going to see any of this until next year, but
Right.
I'm sure
Of
we'll get
course.
more information as we get closer to that release date.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to pivot a little.
Uh-oh.
And this topic, I'm going to say, is
Mm.
titled, Just Say You Hate Big People and Leave.
Let me just take a guess. We're about to talk about Lizzo.
We are going to talk about Miss Lizzo. So, once
Heavy
again,
sigh.
some fire has came to Lizzo. She recently released her new single "Rumors" featuring
Mhm.
Cardi B,
A very pregnant Cardi
and
B.
people immediately
Yep.
started trashing her,
Yep.
trashing the video. From what I heard, there was a lot of talk about her being a mammy, and it got so upsetting to her to the point where she had an emotional moment on
Hmm.
Instagram Live and just talked about how hard she works and kind of how people respond to her and how it gets tough after a while when you really are trying to put like your talent and your
Yeah.
passion out there to the people. So like I said, just say you hate big people and leave.
Mm, 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 mm. As a big woman, I don't know if any of you guys have peeped me out at this point or checked me out, but I am a
Mm-hmm.
plus size woman, 5'10", 200
Mm-hmm.
pounds.
Mm-hmm.
That's me, been big all my life, always dealt with weight stuff, of course, yada, yada, yada. Got to have that American beauty, got to have that American appeal.
Mm-hmm.
All got to be size sixes at minimum, right? That's what we got to be. I just ended up in a back and forth about this very conversation. And the
Yeah.
number one basher, who's the loudest bashers? Black men.
I was like,
Did you
you
did you even
know,
need to wonder what I was about to say?
it's. I wish I could say no, but I'm shocked by none of that information.
Black men. Like Lizzo isn't the shape, size, height, and weight of a majority of your mothers. That's what blows my mind. Like every time they come
Yeah.
for bigger Black women, I'm like, I know you sitting there looking at your family that has multiple examples of this body type because
Yeah.
it's common in our people.
Yeah. And that's no shade. Like
None. I'm
they
throwing
act
zero
like
shade
Lizzo is the first big woman that they've
to
ever
ever
seen.
exist.
Like,
Like, are you serious? There's been big women who have loved being big and embraced who they are and dominated and had plenty of male suitors. I am a big woman and have never lacked for a male suitor. Let's just keep it a whole hundred. Don't
and
come
like,
for Lizzo about her weight. Come on now.
yeah. And so, like, that's how you know it's such BS because they'll talk about like it's the way she presents herself, or it's about like her
Yep.
music that I don't like. But
Yep.
that all that it's not about none of that
It's
because
not
like
about
when
any of
you
that.
look at her objectively, what has Lizzo done
I'm
that
saying.
people find so
That's my
distasteful or
that's always
problematic?
my number one question.
I
What
really
was
tried to
so
look at that
bad about
objectively.
her coming out and loudly proclaiming, "Yes, I'm fat. No, I'm not in a breaking my neck to lose weight. No, you're not about to make me feel bad about myself. No, I won't cover up to make you feel better." What's
Yeah,
so
like,
bad about that?
yeah, like, and I could see like you've been like, that's just not the way I like to navigate, and I don't connect with that. But like, why does it bring out so much venom in people?
Just
Like, we
vitriol.
got
Just ugh.
people in the music industry who have done all types of violent acts, who do all kinds of like immoral things, unethical things proudly. and like you can let it go and just let them be their own performer. But something about Lizzo just existing in her
Oh
body,
my gosh.
it just brings out so much venom, and I just don't get it. I don't get
It's
what's the big deal.
it's like they break their neck to try to be the they it's like they break their neck to try to be the ones that can to shatter what she's building. You know what I mean? Like her confidence is
Yeah,
built up like a fortress around her. And it's like they just are like, nah, that's too much confidence. We think
yeah,
you're ugly. You should feel ugly. And she's like,
yeah.
but I
And
don't though.
because you don't appeal to me aesthetically, you should not be in the profession that you're
You
good
should
at.
be
Like
quieter.
what's
We
the
have
response?
like
What
we
should she be
decided
doing?
that your body doesn't appeal to us. So we think you should not speak so much. Huh?
Like,
It's
yeah, I'm just
really
like,
nutty.
what do y'all want her? Y'all just want her to like disappear? Like, and how does that serve you in any way?
I don't get it either. And then, like I said, I was just in a conversation about this Lizzo thing, and it was a whole
Yeah.
bunch of this. Lizzo keeps hitting on men that are too attractive for her.
So does every
And
rapper
I'm
in
like,
history.
in what world do you guys think that Drake is too attractive for
Yeah.
Lizzo?
I mean, yeah, let's like,
Let's
I need
break
people
it
to stop
down.
pretending
Huh?
like Lizzo's not a beautiful woman. Like, if you're
She's
just talking
just
about
she's just
prettiness.
overweight. She's
Yeah.
just overweight. She's not some Sasquatch Gila monster from the woods. She's a
Yeah.
big, beautiful woman. You're not
Yeah. And like,
convincing me that she's some ugly troll. Like
and
what?
like she's not, I mean, if we're going about like, biases with big people, like she doesn't have like a shapeless body. Like she
She's not,
has
I
like
don't get.
a
That's what I'm
figure. She's
saying.
just
What's going
bigger.
on, guys? All the rules that they set up. You can be big, but it's got to be like this. You can be big, but you also got to look like this. You can be big, but I can be big, bitch.
Like,
That's it.
yeah,
End of
the
sentence.
the finish line is going to keep moving, because at the end of it, it's like you just have a problem with big people, and you feel like
Like that's what it
they
really
they
is.
should feel bad about themselves on a constant basis.
It's because the narrative has changed. Big girls no longer have to be the extra friendly ones, the extra buddy ones. We no
Mm-hmm.
longer have to be the girl we can get in private because she knows that we're not going to take her. We don't have to be that anymore, guys. Sorry. If you're not willing to evolve and step
Yeah,
up to us, don't ask us to step back.
yeah.
Don't ask us to step down. And that's the argument was that she does not have the high value, and I'm putting quotations around the word high value because of
Mm-hmm.
her weight. Her weight lowers her value. That was the point that was like just driven home to me in the conversations I was having.
But her
She
value
keeps
as what?
going as a woman, her value is lower because she is bigger.
Okay, so what does that have to do with her being a musician, though? I
So
don't get.
they're saying she needs to, and I kid you not, this was a direct quote. She
Wow.
needs to lose weight like Monique did and get a regular man. Her hitting on Chris Evans is unacceptable because she's not high value enough in her looks for him. Huh?
How do so how do these men, are they his friends? Have they
Do
do
you
they
know
have
him?
him?
Have you seen? Have Do you know his type? You know what he is and is not down for. You know who he does and does not look for. You in his pocket. You know
Yeah.
Chris, because Christopher Jamal Evans that
Oh,
I know can do whatever he wants whenever he
yeah.
wants because he's a
And
grown man with his own thoughts.
why are you so concerned of the appeal he might find of some woman that you're not even interested in? Like, why you care?
Because
If you
again,
don't want her,
it
why
breaks
couldn't
that narrative.
someone else?
It fucks up that narrative. If these
Mm-hmm.
big women are hot enough to get dudes that we think look too good for them, that means that we have to start putting in real work. Spoken in the tone of a dusty beta.
Yeah, that's what this whole argument is giving me. Like,
That's the
this
try.
is all what you project is what you reflect syndrome.
Yep.
Like, y'all don't feel like y'all are your best, so you get uncomfortable with a person who you feel should
Yep.
feel inferior,
Yep.
and they
That's
don't.
exactly it.
or like they can have, everyone has a human moment of not feeling like your best self or wanting
Of
differences,
course.
wanting things to change. But it's not like, okay, I have to just do nothing because I feel insecure. Like
Right.
she still gets to exist. And I didn't get the mammy part about this video because then I went and I watched the video just so I could see. And
Right.
I'll be honest, I don't like the song. I think it's pretty boring and pretty repetitive and forgettable.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't get the mammy part. It looked like it was a video kind of inspired by like the Hercules muses. And she was kind of like killer. She was like in gold. They were both in gold. And then she had like big backup dancers as she usually does. It was just giving me like, kind of Hercules muse while she's talking about like, these rumors. Are they true or not?
Why did they?
I was
I'm
like,
wondering
what's
how
the
they got to
mammy part?
Yeah, where did they get mammy from? It's because she's big.
Dancing. It's because she's big.
I'm very confused.
Because she has a white fan base. She's a pop artist.
Of course, she has a white fan base. Of course, she does.
She's not an R&B artist. She's not a rapper. She's a pop artist.
And at this point, white people are holding her down in a way that the Black community certainly is not. And that's the most shameful part.
I think that's where a little bit of the venom comes from. Because they're like, in our group, we're trashing her. How dare you white people give her the time of day? We're saying this is not the Black person we want y'all to like. How dare you?
Child. Ooh. Let's not get into you know what? That might have to be a conversation for another day because the pathology behind that. Let's just look at the pathology behind that.
Yeah. Like, we decided we're not going to uplift her, so we're not going to let anyone else uplift her, even though it does not impact my life in any way, shape, or form.
And then they come back to that argument with men aren't allowed to have preferences. If we don't think big women are attractive, we're attacked. And that's not the problem. You don't have to think anything is attractive if it's not what's attractive to you. But what you don't get to do is to tell a certain type that they need to act a certain way, be a certain way, or make less noise because they're not traditionally attractive. Who are you to determine what is traditionally attractive for the next person?
Exactly.
They're not your type. That doesn't mean they're no type.
Yeah. Like, you don't have to like her music. You don't have to like her body positivity approach to celebrity. You don't gotta like nothing she do. But you can also just be quiet.
You can also watch your mouth.
Or just be quiet.
Or you could just shut the hell up.
Yeah.
You can also
being quiet is so free, and it requires the least effort.
Consequence free. Just being quiet. And
it makes you look less dumb. That's a positive about being quiet.
My goodness. I could go on with the fat phobia, especially in a country as fat as America.
Yeah. So I just feel like, I feel like Lizzo, she knew looking at the way she does that people were going to always spotlight her weight. So she proactively took a spin on that. But I feel bad for her because she's always going to have to deal with this.
Yes.
This thing that other people don't have to deal with as like as an artist. And it's always going to be something that she either has to embrace, to show like, I don't care what y'all are saying. I'm still going to uplift myself, or just be hit from all sides and just never talk about it and kind of like bow to the masses. So I just feel like she doesn't get to just exist like an Adele. Adele was big for most of her career. She's smaller now, but she was big for most of her career, and it never defined who she was as an artist.
Nobody went for her like that. Instead, they regularly pointed out the fact that even though she's big, she's gorgeous. They regularly made statements like that.
Like Kelly
holding
Clarkson,
it down for big girls.
Bigger, and people still love her. They
supported the heck out of her. Tried to motivate her for like, of course they're going to try to motivate her for weight loss. Not saying that that's required, but they did. They worked on, even though you're still beautiful. You wear your weight well, blah, 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 blah. But Lizzo gets up and says, I'm fat. I know it. And I love it. And they're like, you don't really love it. And we're going to work hard to show that you're fake. Like, what?
It's like there's no winning for losing. And so it just sucks that she's coming into her celebrity in this time. I also think this is a modern time thing because we're just forgetting that Kelly Price existed and thrived. Queen
I was,
Latifah existed and
I'm
thrived. Like
saying,
Lizzo's not
Angie
the first
Stone,
big woman Black
right?
artist.
Angie Stone, Flowetry,
And
when they still
Stone,
made good music.
these were non-factors back in that time. So I think this is also a
Jill
modern
Scott,
social.
hello?
Jilly from Philly, I will accept no slander from her ever.
None. We will have none of it. We will not have it.
We will
Okay.
not. And I
Oh,
won't accept it for Lizzo either. Like
no.
y'all are stupid. You're tired. It's a tired complaint. It's so through. It's so delayed, and
Yep.
I'm over.
Yep. You're boring. You're dry. You're unappealing.
Yeah.
The tribe has spoken.
Yeah. So Lizzo, I don't listen to all your music. I like some of it. Some of it doesn't connect with me, but I'm always rooting for you. And I hope you
Absolutely.
continue to have the eyes on you and the exposure and opportunities that you're having. And these people ain't gonna stop that. So just keep doing it.
Y'all are hating like crazy, but Lizzo got a net worth of 10 milli. So
Exactly. And I hate using like
me
money as
too.
a
But let's take it.
superiority
But
tactic,
that's let's do
but
it then.
it just shows like, yeah, you're not stopping her grind.
Since people want to say
You're
she's
just
not
like an
high
annoying
value,
gnat. Yeah.
since somebody want to claim she's not high value, how about
Yeah.
that?
I can't listen to Dusty's defining what is high value. My ears just shut
I'm
off.
saying.
I can't allow a Dusty man to define what high value is
Ugh,
because it's just too
let me
ridiculous.
let me light some sage. We said Dusty
Mhm.
made us too many times. We done conjured one by accident. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So yeah,
yeah.
we're gonna purge the Dusties and
Mm.
y'all can still keep talking from the sidelines, but Lizzo's still gonna be thriving and you're just gonna stay mad.
Pig pen looking head asses.
Mm-hmm.